Hey guys, this is Snack Attack 8. Welcome on back to more Final Fantasy VIII Blind. This is actually part 29 of this project. It's the first video back in a long-ass time. And before we start today, I'm just going to explain to you guys a little bit as to why. One, just general holiday season festivities, big trips, stuff like that has gotten in the way of doing these videos. But specifically for this one, I ran into some complications, namely in the fact that I lost the audio track, specifically just for this episode. Fortunately, it was only for one. I lost my recorded audio for this, which means this video is going to have to be post-commentated, which is not something I like doing. It's something first of all, it just does not work with the blind Let's Play format because it just takes out everything that, you know, is meaningful about the blindness, which is my first time reactions to things. But it's also just a pain in the ass to do because I'm desynced with what my thought process in the video is. It's just annoying. I hate doing post commentary. Fortunately, I don't do it a lot. I think this may be one of the, you could probably count the number of times that this kind of thing has happened to me on one hand, and I've made a lot of videos, so I guess that's one thing to be thankful of. But for this one in particular, it's not going to be blind, and my reactions and commentary are going to be weird and probably not very good because I've already played this, and I don't entirely remember what I was doing or thinking at the time. Yeah, so I don't like to do post-commentary. I've been putting it off. It's been annoying, but I figure I'm just going to bite the bullet on this. We're going to do this episode, get it up. And that's going to be that. It's actually, I think, a fairly interesting episode as far as the content of the game goes. So maybe we'll be able to salvage it. I don't know. It's not the end of the world. It's just one video. If there were any surprises or reactions or anything that you, the viewer, felt were big and you're bummed, I'm sorry I lost the audio track. It's not the end of the world. It's just a video game, right? Alright, so we're going to start. Again, I apologize. I apologize for the break. We're going to get this shit out of the way. We're going to get the next couple videos up, and we're going to get back to making videos, I think, hopefully soon, regularly, coming in the new year. I'm feeling pretty positive and good about that. Alright, let's start this shit off. We're probably just going to start back up on our little screen here in a minute. Yeah. Here we are, Final Fantasy VIII. We're back, baby. Get me back into the game, boy. Last time we left off on quite the cliffhanger. It seemed as though a brutal blow was dealt to Squall. Our plan with the sorceress to execute her or assassinate, whatever you call it, failed utterly. We all suck at plans, apparently. That's the way it goes. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm just trying to decide which file I need to load. Except it should say, right? Maybe I was talking about some bullshit. I was probably saying around the same thing that I'm saying now. Sorry I left you guys off on a cliffhanger for such a long time. I know, I'm sure no one expected Squall to have actually died, but it still was a cliffhanger for sure. But we're starting fresh with disc 2. Nice darkness. I guess it's loading up. And here we go. We got Laguna and a little girl. She looks very small. I need to turn my volume down. I'm listening to this. That's going to pick up on the mic. Laguna, there's someone here to see you. Uncle Laguna. You. Got a quaint little room here. This is definitely very different than the scene we left Laguna in, which was struggling to survive his way out of this mine area. What's this person look like? He was wearing funny clothes. He's talking to Rain right now. So who are these characters? Who's Rain? Who's this little girl? Why does she have like a little Schroeder piano from Peanuts? I'm half expecting Laguna to sit down and do a little Is he at the pub? That's why I came over to get you, Uncle Laguna. Am I a good girl? I guess this girl's name is Elle, huh? No, you're not. You suck, Elle. It's dangerous to be out there by yourself. It's dangerous to go alone. Get attacked by monsters, girl. Still dangerous. L, never go outside. Since you're such a cute little girl, monsters will especially be after you. Oh, God. I feel like Laguna is trying to be protective here, but it seems like he's just traumatizing this child. They'll catch you and they'll suck your blood out. If anything like that should happen, Uncle Laguna's gonna cry. Just call you and you'll come rescue me. I have a big problem with the way this girl says you. I think I talk about that in the next episode. It just is not, like, I get they're trying to make her sound like a little girl, but it just does not communicate. Because you and like Y-O-O, you pronounce them exactly the same way. Got some Kiragas there. That's pretty disc 2, isn't it? Got some nice kind of toy boxy music box music here. See, this house looks a lot like the house in Timber where we went upstairs and we like looked out the window with those kids and all that. I think at this point I'm wondering if it's kind of like a reused asset, because it really does look similar, right? Am I a good girl? Yeah. Dear Alone's father and mother. Alone's been a good girl today. So this is like an orphan child, we're assuming, right? And I guess Laguna is taking care of her, but how did he come to find himself in this scenario? We'll have to find out. I know already, too bad, but I guess if, you know, it's not too outlandish to assume that some people are also watching this blind, like they've never played the game either. So it's, you know, I'll play along. I'll keep up the visage that this is blind, even though y'all know it's not. Now's your chance. Chance! Run, run, run. There's no monsters around now. Look at this little town square. I think it's what I was admiring when we were out here before. You'll also have to bear with me. I've been sick. I'm getting over that. Another reason videos have been on delay. My voice was just destroyed like last week. Draw a little dispel. 14 dispels. That's a lot. So I'm a little stuff. I'm a little stuff a lot of the time, honestly. It's a heck of a lot better than what Esther soldiers do. They kidnap little girls, you know. Laguna just is throwing shade on everyone. Looking for a successor to Sorceress Adele, the ruler of Esther. So this is interesting. I don't know if, yeah, I don't know if we knew quite. I don't know if we knew the name of Adele. I know we knew that there was a sorceress in the past who was Bad News Bears, but I don't know if we knew her name was Adele, and I don't know if we knew she was the ruler of Esther. So it seems like the successor has been found in Adia. But they may have been searching for her, and it looks like they're just snatching up girls who might be able to fill that role. And Laguna thinks that Alone might be, because Esther soldiers have been appearing around this town, which is very interesting. I guess it would make sense as to why Adia would want to, you know, come and seize Galbadia, as I believe the two countries were at war, Esther and Galbadia. And this area that we're in right now, even though I don't think we're supposed to know that yet, is also a Galbadian area. I guess it would make sense because Laguna is here. We got some enemies, some scrub bug enemies. This guy's got something new to draw. Let's see what that is. I think it was slow. That's not what I thought it was. Which is cool. I don't think we've seen that yet. I think at this point I'm really wishing that there was someone that we could draw haste from. Which I don't... Did we come across anyone like that yet? I don't think we have. I think we might in the next couple episodes. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. I would love to be able to have haste and be able to use it whenever, because haste is really good. I don't think I find slow to be nearly as interesting or effective. Yeah, of course we're just testing the area out, seeing what these guys have. Grabbing some more Curas. Cura, I believe, was not something we were able to really draw before. Seems like, again, some Disc 2 content. We probably want to stock up on Cura. It's better than Cure. I don't think we have a way to refine into Cura either yet. We can refine into Curaga from Tents. But Cura I don't think we have. So it's a good mid-range magic, I guess, to try to draw up some. And that's what I was doing. Now we're just gonna shoot this caterpillar thing with a gun. I can't tell what the front and the back on that enemy is. That was definitely something I mentioned in the episode because I wrote it down. I wrote down a little list of a couple things that I mentioned just so the continuity will make sense later. But those caterpillar enemies, like where do they start and where do they begin? Was something I think I was pondering here. Again, we're just scoping around. Trying to figure out, like, looking for any hidden passageways or anything. I think the Esther soldiers are really coming. That was 2 years ago, right? They would have been here by now. Never know what a country ruled by a damn sorceress could be up to. Yeah, time you came back to the army. So these are definitely Galbadian troops. That guy dropped that. I don't know why I'm clicking a pen. I'm like fidgeting. It's gonna be on the mic, you idiot. That guy's kind of dropped the idea that some time has definitely passed since we last saw Laguna, and he was injured in some way, and that's how I guess he wound up here. Here we have Rain in her lovely sweater, I guess. She looks very down to earth, very comf. You understand, Alone? Now go to your room and play. I got in trouble. See, that's fine. Just it's the U that makes no sense. Too bad. Use proper English. I got in trouble. Too bad. These guys are just goofballs. I guess Elone's promise must have been not to go outside. And there's Kairos. This was the guy in the weird clothes. Of course, his clothes certainly are weird. And these two haven't seen each other in some time, it seems. He's Uncle Laguna's friend. He dresses funny, but he's not a bad guy. I guess Kairos, he does look like very much more of like an RPG guy than Ward or Laguna were. I guess we're looking around this little bar. Let's go upstairs and see what's up here. We haven't seen our buddy Kairos in what seems to be some long amount of time, but screw it. I'm gonna look for timber maniacs. I know how these Laguna segments work. You want to look at literally everything. You never know what you could pick up that'll affect the other plot line, the main story. Well, I guess the timber maniacs are in the main story, right? Isn't that how it works? And they unlock stuff in here. I don't know. Someone's something like that. How long has it been? You know, our escape from Centra, which was where we last left off on them. One would usually call that being chased out. It wasn't so much of an escape. Say about a year or so. Okay. So a year of time has passed, and Laguna was bedridden for 6 months. Looks, yeah, Rain nursed him back to health. So somehow he wound up here in this village, which I'm not sure if we get the name of. I'll keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Laguna was out of commish for a long time. I kind of would wonder why he didn't try to contact anyone after he was healed. But we kind of, I think we'll get more of an explanation on that later. He's able to recover in about a month or so. So it definitely took Laguna less time. Kairos has been looking for us. Life's pretty boring without you as entertainment, my man. My pal. Muchacho. Laguna's been living a productive life. Yeah. Alright, we got some questions here to ask. Find out what happened to Ward. We haven't seen him. He quit the army too. Found a job and he's working pretty hard. What is he doing? He's a Jan Etor down at the D District prison. Whoa. He's mopping floors. It's definitely a, he never got his voice back? Oh, man. Did he lose his voice? I don't remember if he lost his voice in the Centra mine escape. But it seems like he can't talk. We'll find out about Julia. She was definitely very important to us, right? I don't know. Julia the singer? Yeah, that's the one. Laguna really admired her and always frequented the nightclub. Of course, he's all embarrassed. Julia used to sing at a nightclub. She just played the piano. The first song she released was Eyes on Me. How does the song go? I find this a little hard to believe that Laguna, who clearly was interested in Julia, would never have tried to figure this out. That's the thing I get. Clearly, it seems as though she has become popular and really hit her stride, become kind of famous since they parted, and she wrote a song that's probably about Laguna. And it also seems that she married General Caraway from the army. So this is a big reveal, I think, that her true love went to war and never came back. It's pretty obvious, what happened, I think, but it's definitely not something we knew before. So it seems like it's almost 100% true that Julia is Renoa's mother. Laguna left and he never came back, and she married General Caraway, and you would assume the two of them had Renoa. And this leads to my theory that Squall is somehow Laguna's son, and the two star-crossed lovers who never were are gonna finally somehow reunite through their kids. This is my idea that I have right now. Like, Renoa and Squall are gonna get together, and it's gonna be like the last generation who missed their chance is gonna get like another chance through them. I could be wrong, but that's the idea I got. Laguna seems a little conflicted about this, but it also seems like he's found a little something with Rain here too. So we're interested in what's going on with that. Where am I? Is this where we'll get the name of the town? I think the fairies are here. What? Our work today should be a cinch. I don't know what that means. They're gonna go out battling, I think, for the monsters. I don't know why the question of where am I was that. Yeah. We'll give a little time to hang out with our buddy Kairos. Maybe we can come back to the bar and have some brewskis and reminisce on old times. Come back soon, okay? Seems like what Laguna's been doing here is patrolling... Oh, Win Hill, I guess, is the name of this town. Or at least that's the name of the pub. We're gonna set up our junctions here. I'll probably just talk over this because I don't remember what my thought processes were. We're probably just gonna slap these three on Kairos, I would think. Get him set up to fight. I'll leave it in so you guys can see what I was doing. I don't know if I left this, if I planned to edit this out. Again, I'm sorry, it's just gonna be a disjointed video. Did I not equip Jeff? Now I can critique myself like everyone else critiques me. Go put on Jeff, you idiot. He's not gonna get any AP or experience from doing that. Come on, boy. But it seems like a lot has changed since, even in just the 1 year that we were out of commission. It's interesting. So something that this really reminded me of was, I feel like I talk about this show a lot, but there's an episode of the show Trigun. It's a classic anime show where the main character, like a big catastrophic event happens, and the main character goes, and he gets injured, and this other family finds him, and they like take care of him, and he kind of starts like this new life with them, and then the other main characters, or one of the other main characters, comes to get him to like bring him back to like the main plot that they were in before, and he's like, alright, I guess I have to, but I also am bummed because I have this new life here, and it really reminds me of this, like, a lot. I think it's an interesting, and always a kind of a cool way to set up, like a time skip thing, to just meet a character you know in a completely different setting. I don't know, I like that. I appreciate it as a storytelling mechanism. I think it's kind of a cool way to start off Disc 2 here, as opposed to just being right back with Squall and the gang, which, small spoilers, we will be soon. But we got a little downtime here first. Got a little ebb and flow with the action. I think we're gonna leave this battle into these two enemies. This bite bug, I think this is called, and then like caterpillar or caterpillar. I don't know. These are like the only two enemies in this area, and they're not very interesting. And I think we fight a lot of them. So we'll cut out any other ones that I have here, but we'll show this one. Give Kairos a little time to be on screen. Much like how the caterpillar things have Cura, the bite bugs have Fyra here. I think I put a little time into drawing some of that. It's actually weird. I think these guys, when they appear in a later area, don't seem to have the level 2 spells. I think they have Fire and Cure, like in this other part of the game we'll go to. But right now they have Fyra and Cura. So I don't know if I should have spent a little more time just drawing from them here. I'm sure at the point in the game we are, as things are kind of scaling up, we will get the level 2 magics and stuff from draws. This just seemed like kind of the first taste of it. Y'all look real pathetic being poisoned and slouched over against these bug battles. I feel like Elone could honestly have like done some damage to these guys herself. Just whack them over the head with a stick or something. But we're starting the patrol. Did I mention that that's kind of like what Laguna's doing here? He's patrolling. He's protecting the town from monsters because he's a strong boy and like nobody else is strong like he is. That's what he's doing here. Are we looking for what? Oh, I don't know how to talk over this. I think we're checking abilities. God, Quetzalcoatl is just way stronger than everybody else. Why is it like that? I think I'm looking for a way to cure my poison. Just get an antidote, you dumb. There you go. I have a simple question, Laguna. What exactly do you do here? I think Kairos is about to explain this. All the working men went off to war. The only ones left in town are old people, children, chocobos, dogs, and cats. The monsters have made their way into town. This town took real good care of me. Basically, I want to return the kindness. You gotta pay back what you're owed. You're looking at the monster hunter of Windhill. And now you're roped into it too, buddy. It's Laguna and Kairos. Monster hunter extraordinaires, protectors of the peace. I must have been... I must have been piecing things together here. There we go. We're to patrol the town up to the town entrance. If we see anyone in need along the way, we'll help them. Off we go. This Windhill area is really nice and pretty. I don't think it's not quite like any environment we've seen in this game so far, which has definitely been mostly taking place in cities and stuff. I looked ahead a little bit. It seems like we want to leave this battle in because we actually have the card command now, which I had not yet tried out. I think I'm going to try it out in this battle right here. I guess I should have pointed out that we were equipping that on Kairos when we were messing around in the item management screen, or you know, the Guardian Force equipping, whatever you call it, the menu. I think I'm trying to figure out how it works right now. I'm assuming it works like Morph from, you know, some of the other Final Fantasies. It was definitely in 7, or like Eating in 9, like the way you acquire blue magic. We're trying it out. I believe that actually is how it works, and we do figure that out. There's this is Kairos' limit break. I don't think we've ever seen that before either. So we were gonna try to show that off. Just get an idea of what these guys can do. We get them for such a brief amount of time that it's, you know, it seems like it's hard to see anything about them. I think this one works. Yeah, there we go. So we got a card of the bite bug, which I believe we already had. But I was just trying to figure out how card worked. Now that we have it, I probably will be using it on new monsters as the game goes. because then we can get some cards of characters, and maybe we can finally start getting anything but a tie in the damn Triple Triad games. Got some abilities there on our Guardian Forces. I didn't really see what those were. I think we got like treatment or something on Quetzalcoatl, which I think has something to do with like status ailments. I think it heals. I'm probably gonna check that right now, right? Or no, Therm had that, I'm sorry. Yeah, use a treatment command. Are we not gonna equip that? Have I still not seen what treatment is? It sounds like that's what, oh, I think we're looking at it. Yeah, remove abnormal status, okay. Which is kinda good, but also like, you know, whatever. Maybe it'll be worthwhile to equip if we're in an area with enemies that cast status elements like all the time. Like if there's ever some area later that just has Malboros as like regular enemies or something, could be useful there. Got a little draw point here, got some drain magic. Have we seen drain yet? Drain's kind of interesting, but also just kind of extra, I feel like. Got some flowers in this town, or this little house here. It's the same town, I guess. I think I just misspoke there. Nice little flower shop. What's up, Granny? It's been quite some time now since you've recovered from your injuries. About 6 months after. It seems like the whole town knows about Laguna. I guess because he's been doing the monster hunting rounds. People would know who he was. I think when I first played this, I was a little confused about the amount of time that had passed. Because it all went by really quick when they were talking with Rain. And I was having a hard time remembering it. But if you're worried I'll be fumbling around like not knowing that, I'm pretty sure in the next episode I got it down. Thanks to everyone in town. Must be quite dull for a young strapping lad. Maybe it's time you left. Laguna, we all want you gone, dude. All you do is walk around and talk to the villagers. I always think it's kind of funny when stuff like I just praised like when games use this kind of narrative, or stories in general use this kind of storytelling where they cut back in where a lot of time has passed and things are different and you kind of have to piece out what happened. But something I think that can make it feel not very convincing, and I think I was noticing it there with the old lady, is when we're given back to the scene, like we get insight into what happened, and just conveniently all the other characters who are around Laguna just start talking about it in ways that'll help us fill things in. You know what I'm talking about? Like if Laguna's been here for an entire year now, normally the people are not going to be like, wow, it's been a whole year since you've been here now, Laguna. Maybe, are you thinking of going back to the city? Like, this is probably just not something you'd have, like, as a conversation topic in your day-to-day life if you've already been somewhere that long. And the only reason to have characters talk like that is so that the viewer or reader or player or whatever will know what happened. It just feels a little like story uncanny valley to me. Like it's not the way that people would realistically talk. It's just there for narrative convenience. Look at how pretty this place is. But you know, Final Fantasy, the narratives, especially the script writing in these games, is not stunning. it's acceptable, and I already said I do like it. Got a nice little road here. This place really reminds me of like the Alps or something. It reminds me of The Sound of Music, like when they go out and play that song that everybody knows, the Do Re Mi one. God, I'm so stuffed. I really wish the battle environments would change. If this was Final Fantasy IX, we definitely would have like a little pasture battle stage to fight on. We still have the town square here for some reason. It's not that cool. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't communicate. Remember how in Final Fantasy IX, like, each individual area would have like 3 different battle backgrounds? Or at least that's how it seemed. I'm sure there were some areas that generally were like that. I know this is, you know, a whole game before that one, but as far as graphics go, I'd say they're pretty comparable in most other regards. Definitely steps above 7. Let's just go frolic in the flowers, Kairos. You want to do that? My time out here in Wind Hill has softened me. I do not quite care for this screen though. It looks very brown compared to the other ones. I know we're kind of supposed to be in like a rustic area, but that screen did not look pretty like everything else. I think I'm going back here. If you remember in that screen with the car that I'm going back to right here, it looked like there was another path leading downward, and I wanted to check that out. See right here, it looks like there's a little slope, and sure enough, you can go down it. It's like an overturned cart here. I don't really know what the meaning of this is. Well, there's another way that you can go. And of course it just leads back around to here, but I wanted to check that out because I thought there might be a hidden draw point down there, or a treasure of some kind, something to get. As there are so many different things you can get in these Laguna scenarios. Got another pretty house here. It's a nice house to live in. Got a big old open foyer, big open dining room area. I don't know where the people are. I guess a lot of the men, they said, have vanished from the town, or were had to go off and fight in the war. So it would make sense why it'd be a little vacant, but you'd think there'd be someone managing these homes. This looks like I guess it's a restaurant, huh? Yeah, I could see it being a restaurant. There's some tables over there. Anyone upstairs? No, just another nice looking environment. I can see why Laguna might have gotten comfortable here. Seems like a comfy place, an easy place to get comfortable and kind of start a new life. That's sort of really the main idea of this scene is that, to make Laguna's new life here so starkly different from like where he was before in Delling City, which is like the biggest city and all that. It just, it's definitely a contrast. And I think we're not really supposed to get yet if he wants to go back or not. It seems like he's got, his own little way here that he wants to kind of preserve and keep. It's interesting. How many times have I said that? I think I was supposed to have cut this battle out. Oh, is this a different, No, I think this is the same battle background too. I think we're just looking at it from a different perspective. Are you gonna card this guy? I guess not. We already have this guy as a card. I don't even think he's particularly good, so look at that little bow that Kairos does with his swords. He's extra, man. Or knives, or whatever you call them. And I think there's someone in this house over here. First patrol complete. We're to report to the commander and assistant commander. And of course, the commander is Rain at the pub. She saved my life, and the assistant commander is alone. Isn't that cute? Seems like a really nice person, but easily taken in by a hotshot. A hotshot? Alright, let's step it up, boy. Assistant Kairos, let's come up with a plan after we get back to the base. Kairos is just like, what happened, dog? You recovered, now get out of here. I don't know, here's another question I have. I don't know why these shopkeepers hate me. I don't know if it's because Laguna is a soldier. I don't know if it's just his natural personality and tendencies that they don't like. Maybe it's because he's an outsider. But the shop seems to hate him for some reason. I think originally my assumption was that it's possible that Galbadia had occupied Win Hill, and this was actually originally like an Esther town. But rewatching this and knowing what happens in the next episode, I don't think there's anything that explicitly states that. It seems most likely that we are in Galbadia, and these guys just don't like us. They're like, hey, how's Rain? Oh, she's good. Oh, that's good. Get out of here, Laguna. We don't want your kind. Alright, with that, I think we've sort of made it to the end of the episode. So this, hopefully this was still okay to watch. Again, I apologize for the little screw up with the audio. Again, it's not something that happens often to me. I don't foresee it happening again through to the end of this project. But, you know, my bad. But I'm glad we banged this episode out. It was okay. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. Relatively painless. I'll see you again in the next one for some actually blind commentary and playthrough stuff. Yeah, it's good to be back, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video as we skippity-doo around here. We're having fun, boy! I don't know. See you next time, guys. Later. Oh, they stopped. I stopped. I should stop. Bye.